Did you sign in? This is your attendance log. You'll see it going through. Please sign in. Pass it across the aisle as you do so. There's one for each row, so you don't need to pass it back behind you. Sign it, your name and your birthday. If you are a member, go ahead and check that. If you are new and visiting, go ahead and put your information in there if you so desire. Okay? And then that way we can keep attendance. And the reason we do this is so that when somebody drops out of attendance for a little bit, we can contact them and find out if they're okay. Because we've had people be sick and not have a chance for us to go and, get pastoral care to them. So that's why we do this. 3 easy ways to tithe. You can either put your cash in your tithe envelope, place a check directly in the basket, or use the QR code. And Shanna is amazing when it comes to the techie stuff. You can use the QR code in the bulletin for credit and debit card tithing. If you have a credit card and you're just like, I never carry cash with me. Oh. This is a QR code. You probably see them all over the world. They're everywhere. And you can scan it with your phone. If you put an app of bar scanning on your phone, you can just scan it and it'll take you where you need to go. Okay, if you have a prayer request as well, there's a sheet in your bulletin, and all you have to do is write your affirmative prayer on there or whatever your desire is. And we have a ministry of prayer team that prays on these requests every single week. Okay, and it's something that's happening all the time. All week long, they pray on this. I got my new job because I put in my prayer request, And if you need help, again, with any of your smartphone or any other devices, nowadays, everybody's moving into that direction. And sometimes it gets a little daunting, and it's just nice to have somebody who's going to take the time and do it with you. Tuesdays at 7 p.m., Foundations of the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes is taught by Reverend Peggy Hostetler. If you've never had Foundations, this class is amazing. I started out with Foundations, and it just gives you a chance to ask those burning questions that you have about spirituality and, have those questions answered, because that was part of my thing, is that I did not get a chance to have that in my traditional center before. And when I came here, I could ask questions, no matter how silly it was, and I did not feel judged ever. And that was wonderful. And then Friday, March 14th at 7 p.m., it is open mic night. Yay! And karaoke. Come on out. Even if you don't sing, you can always put in a request and we will sing it for you. And even if we can't sing it, we'll get up here and try our darndest to make it happen. But we do laugh at ourselves, and we have fun, and we dance around, and we have poetry, and we play the drums, and we just have a wonderful time here at karaoke on Friday. It's always the second Friday of the month at 7 p.m. Saturday, March 15th, 9 to 5, Yoga, Chakras, Breath, and Bliss with Gail and Ron. And it's a day of tuning in, tapping in, and turning on to relaxation and revitalization. $15. It's non-refundable deposit. It's actually $35 for the day, and you get lunch with it. Definitely see Gail or Ron about that. Celebrating Oakbrook is March 16th. That's Sunday's topic. And we all want to just celebrate this place because this is my second home, and I absolutely love Oakbrook. Sunday, March 16th, there's brunch, followed by the annual membership meeting. Please stay for that, because we do need to do some voting on some stuff. I think we have 2 members leaving the board, and we're going to vote that day. So we have 2 of our members that have served their 3 years on the board, and so we need to go ahead and vote in 2 more. So that's going to be exciting. Ocala. We're very excited about Ocala, right? Let me hear it. We have an Empower Music Award winner, Amy Steinberg. She's coming out to perform for Ocala, among others that are in the community as well as within Oakbrook. We're all going to be performing. There's going to be vendors, food, crafts, amazing music, dance, all kinds of stuff going on here. It's a wonderful festival celebrating the positive here in our community, and we want to definitely put the word out. I've been doing a countdown. I'm going to do my countdown again today. If you are on Facebook and you are my Facebook friend, please take that countdown and throw it on your Facebook page so that your friends can see, hey, it's almost time for Ocala, because they need to come out and meet you here. Oh, the Halo Awards. Yes, thank you, Cindy. We want nominations for the Halo Awards, people that are out there making a difference in the community that nobody probably knows about, people who are paying it forward, doing random acts of kindness. We want to nominate these people and honor them for the ALO Awards. So please, please see Cindy. Yay, Cindy. And she will give you more information on that. Or if you know anybody that would like to perform, yourself included, go ahead and get with me. And at this time, I'm asking you, please silence your cell phones, because we have to put that up there because sometimes we just forget. I forget all the time. So you want to go ahead and put your cell phone on vibrate, and that way it wouldn't disturb the program. And now our Science of Mind reading from Rick Allen.
Good morning. I was asked last week to do this, and when I picked up a copy of the Science of Mind, which any of you could pick up because they're for sale and available in the bookstore, and they'll be available this afternoon. It's still plenty of days of March left. Basically, one just sort of jumped right out at me. It was the day of the Oscars, and this particular one just jumped right out at me when I started looking through. It's actually for Tuesday. It's Release the Past, or as some singer who is famously misidentified as Adele Dazeem sang, Let It Go. The story of Lot's wife in Genesis is one of my favorites because of its powerful imagery. Two angels visit Lot, imploring him to flee the city of Sodom because it is going to be destroyed. They say, "Flee for your lives, don't look back, and don't stop anywhere in the plain." But Lot's wife just cannot help herself. Thinking of the life she knows and all she is leaving behind, she looks back and becomes a pillar of salt. She is frozen in the past. The past's hold on us can happen in two ways. One, we find ourselves wanting things to be the way they were before. We allow ourselves to dwell in the pain gap between how things were and how things are now. In this, we lose the present. We cannot go back to the past. We can only create from the present moment. When we insist on dwelling in the past, we keep ourselves from evolving. Or two, we have regret about what happened in the past and become caught in a desire to change it, which can never be fulfilled. This state of mind keeps us from moving forward. We're stagnant still, just like a pillar of salt. By learning from the past and blessing those experiences, both the happy and the unhappy, we release ourselves from its grip and free ourselves to move forward and be in the flow of Spirit's evolution. And our affirmation for the day? I let go of the past, freeing myself to live in the glory and wonder of the present moment. And so it is. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Rick, and welcome to Oak Brook Center for Spiritual Living. We've got a new arrangement of chairs today, and that's a good new beginning. And let's stand for Song in My Soul. That's got the right beat. Let's get into that. There, that's it. That's it. Healed, whole, well. There's a song in my soul. It sings, I am whole. Everywhere I go, it sings, I am whole. There's a song in my soul. It sings, I am whole. Everywhere I go, it sings, I am whole. 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 There is a song in my soul. it sings I am healed. I take a breath and know that I am healed. There's a song in my soul, it sings I am healed. I take a breath and know that I am healed. 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 There's a song in my heart, it sings I am loved. It whispers in my ear that I am loved. There's a song in my heart, it sings I am loved. It whispers in my ear that I am loved. 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 There's a song in my soul, it sings of my joy. It buzz up from deep inside, pure sweet joy. There's a song in my soul, it sings of my joy. It bubbles up from deep inside, pure sweet joy. I am joy, I am 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 joy. There is a song in my soul, it sings I am love. A beaming ray of spirit's light, I am love. There's a song in my soul, it sings I am love. A beaming ray of spirit's light, I am love. I am love, 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 I am love. I am whole, I am healed. I am loved, I am joy. I am whole, I am healed. I am love, I am joy, I am peace, I am well, all is well, I am well.
Let's greet and welcome one another, shall we? Greetings. Welcome. Good to have you up front. Oops.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
Oh, look at there. Double help. That's great.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Real good.
Good to see you. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Good
Great
to.
week. I love the class.
Oh, good. Yes. Good. Good morning, Christina. How are you?
And group hug.
Hey, group hug. Good morning. Good. Good. Very good.
Anybody that we
I want a
can.
program. I'm going to get a program. I don't think I have one. How would you like to lead us in all our affirmations today, as well as do the invocation? Would you do that? Oops. Good morning. Good morning. The stampeded hug. It is. Yeah. Good morning. How are you, Jean? So good to see you. So glad you're here. Good morning. Welcome. Good to have you with us this morning. I'm Peggy.
Hi, Peggy. My name is
Ange.
Angelina.
Angelina. Angelino. Angelini. you missed greeting someone during the greeting time, greet them afterward. Don't miss it. It's a wonderful part of what we do is greet and welcome one another. Reverend Vicky's going to lead us in all our affirmations and as well as giving us our invocation this morning.
Let's take a deep breath as we begin our weekly affirmations together. The spirit within me is God. That spirit is perfect. That spirit is divine, whole, happy, complete. I let that divine within me restore me to perfect health, perfect happiness, and harmony, and brings in experience everything that is good, that is perfect, that is true, and so it is. And from what we believe the ultimate goal of to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. And our wonderful Oak Brook affirmation, which y'all been doing great with enthusiasm, and so we say, I am thankful for Oak Brook, for the teaching of the science of mind as an empowering way of life at every age, and for the abundance it brings into my life, my center, and my world. I am grateful for our ever-growing spiritual community of love, freedom, and acceptance. I celebrate with a thankful heart our beautiful new spacious center as we welcome our divine unfoldment through gifts of music, encouragement of our youth, and all life-enhancing activities. Oak Brook's vision supports us all in experiencing full and realized lives as spirit in expression. God's love empowers. Fantastic. And now we take a moment to see how wonderful we feel as we look inside and know that God is within each person. And as we greeted each one, we felt that connection. And that connection with God is so strong. All we have to do is look within, look without, look everywhere. God is indeed everywhere. And so the experience of Oak Brook is everywhere too, because we're carrying our love for it out into the community, speaking of how we are healed, we are loved, we are prosperous. And folks listen and they ponder, excuse me, and they are able to know that Oak Brook must be a place I need to go. And so it is that as Reverend Peggy is giving us our message this morning, we feel an affinity towards what she is saying, and we feel a special blessing. And so it is that we give great thanks for being here, for the love, and so it is.
Made a wrong turn once or twice, dug my way out, blood and fire, bad decisions, that's alright. Welcome to my silly life. Mistreated, misplaced, misunderstood, misknown, it's all good, it didn't slow me down. Mistaken, always second guessing, underestimating, look, I'm still around. Pretty, pretty please, don't you ever feel like you're less than perfect. Pretty, pretty please, if you ever feel like you're nothing, you are perfect to me.
You're so mean.
You're so mean
When you talk
when you talk
about yourself, you were wrong. Change the voices
Change the voices
in your head.
in your head.
Make them like you instead. So complicated, look how we are making, filled with so much hatred, such a tired game. It's enough, I've done all I can think of. I've chased down all my demons, I see you do the same. Pretty, pretty, please, don't you ever feel like you're less than perfect. Pretty, pretty, please, if you ever feel like you're nothing, you are perfect to me.
The whole world's scared. I try to swallow fear because everyone's thinking, why my hair stay cool inside? And we try, but we try too hard. It's a waste of my time. Done looking for the critics because they're everywhere. They don't like my jeans, they don't get my hair. Strange ourselves, and we do it all the time. Why do we do that? Why do I do that? Why do I do that?
Yeah!
Pretty, pretty, please, don't you ever feel like you're less than perfect. Pretty, pretty, please, if you ever feel like you're nothing, you are perfect to me.
You're perfect. You're perfect to me.
Pretty, pretty, please, if you ever feel like you're nothing, you are perfect to me.
That I have as you're singing Joyful Noise. I have this vision that every chair in the room is filled, and since I sit in the front row, that's easy to imagine. And then I have this imagination of a very large sanctuary over there with all of the Joyful Noise singers and hundreds of people enjoying what you're doing. Can you all join me in that vision? That's easy to do. That's easy to do. We have a wonderful topic this morning. Healing is revealing. And as soon as everyone sees it as well as me, because it's in the back, but it's not up here, we'll begin. This is a concept that's at the very center of our teaching. And if you get this, as you get this concept, you get all of the science of mind philosophy. So I invite you this morning to be especially open to this phrase, healing is revealing. And we'll come at it from a couple different directions this morning. This idea of healing. You know, it's spring now and the azaleas are coming out, aren't they? And to me, that's one of the most exciting things about living in Ocala. There's several places I love to go this time of year. I love to look around our grounds. We have azaleas in the back and in the front, and when they come into bloom, I like to snap pictures of them. I snapped this a few years ago, and there's Skip over cleaning up on the labyrinth. Do you see him over there? But I was just in the brush taking a picture, and I didn't even notice I captured Skip until I enlarged the picture later. But Shalom Park is beautiful. Go over there this weekend. Go to Rainbow Springs Park. I'm hoping to get over there late this afternoon. Go to up in Palatka. There's this wonderful sinkhole garden. What is that called? I've forgotten. Ravine Garden. Yes, beautiful gardens where azaleas have been planted and allowed to be very natural in the setting of them. The beauty of the azaleas hides most of the year in just the greenery, doesn't it? But springtime comes to Central Florida, and the color reveals why we planted the azaleas to begin with, right? If they were only green, we might not have as many azaleas around. It's because of the color. And that might not be a healing of the bush, but I invite us to see that as a metaphor for our lives. That perhaps there's something that's showing forth in our life, in our past or presently in our life, that if the truth about us were revealed, the healing would naturally happen, just as the azaleas naturally come into bloom. The search for wholeness that we all have within ourselves, the search for the truth that we all have in ourselves, sends us searching, sometimes like someone with a magnifying glass, searching for the answers, searching for the truth. A lot of people like those forensic shows on TV, you know, where they get the nitty-gritty. I mean, they're not just using a magnifying glass, they're using microscopes to discover clues about a murder or something that's happened, and the people that knew what happened are not around to tell us what happened, but they have the clues in our lives. And you know, this idea of searching. You know, so there's that story about the man that lost his keys on his way home one night. And someone comes along and sees him looking under the street light. He's looking and looking and looking for his keys, and the fellow joins in and helps him to look for the keys. And he said, well, did you lose your keys right here? And he said, oh, no, I lost them over there where it's dark, but it's so much lighter over here to look for them. And this is what we do with our lives, isn't it? We sometimes are looking for the answer in the wrong place. There was that song years ago, looking for love in all the wrong places, right? And this is true about life in lots of ways for us, that as we search for things in our life, it's important that we're looking in the right place so that we'll find them, right? And those of you who are within these walls today and in this room, I congratulate you. You may have come to the place where you're going to really learn what it is you're searching for. Ernest Holmes and our Science of Mind philosophy, Oakbrook Life Enrichment Center, all these things trigger things in my heart that just causes me to just love our teaching, because it reminds me what it is we're about. It reminds me that Centers for Spiritual Living really teaches how to live a spiritual life. For one thing, that the Science of Mind philosophy invites us to understand why life gets to be the way it is and what we can do about it to help increase the good in our life and let go of that which we no longer want to be experiencing. Here's the story of Jeremiah. I'm going to read the quote and break it down a little bit, and then we'll put it in the context of the story in Jeremiah. And I invite you to parallel that with your life. The quote from Jeremiah 33rd chapter, the 6th verse, "Behold, I will bring health and healing, and I will heal them and reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth." Behold, I will bring health and healing, and I will heal them. These words came from Spirit, from Source, through Jeremiah, and he's telling it as a promise to the people of Israel, and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. Now, the people of Judah were in a really bad place at this time. Many of them had been captured and taken into captivity in Babylonia. There were still people around, but Jeremiah kept prophesying that the rest of the country was going to be captured by the Babylonians, and the king didn't like that very well, so he locked him up in the castle somewhere. And here are the words of Jeremiah. Behold, he's hearing what God is saying to the people. Things are really falling apart right now, but don't lose hope. As a matter of fact, one of Jeremiah's cousins comes and sells him a piece of property, and Jeremiah is told by God to buy that property, even though it's going to be overrun by Babylonians and everyone's going to be carried away in captivity, and the land won't even be theirs to own for a long period of time. But Jeremiah was also told to hide the deed in a jar somewhere where it will be refound later. Do we ever have those occasions in our lives where things are not going just the way we want them to go? And it feels like we might be getting captured by the Babylonians in our life. You know, it just isn't going well for us. And yet for us to know and to listen to these words, behold, I will bring health and healing, and I will heal you. and reveal unto you the abundance of peace and truth. And of course, we know that the people from Judah did live under captivity for a while in Babylonia, but then did return, and all the good that they had was theirs again. And for us to, in those moments where the healing has not happened yet, for us to know of this promise. We often look at the New Testament and the promises of Jesus, but even in the Old Testament, there are promises of what is to come for us. And for us in this very moment to own this promise, and we're talking about revealing something that exists within us, even if right now, even if we don't see it in the outer world, it's not showing forth for us. Ernest Holmes tells us that healing is not a process, but a revelation. For the revealing of the perfect person always heals. The process, if there is one, is the time and thought that it takes to arrive at the correct understanding of our perfect state in spirit. So this is what I'm inviting us to do today, is to know of our perfection. And that song was so perfect, especially the way you changed the words. This idea that no matter what it looks like out there and what people might be saying, that there's a divine perfection within us. And for us to get this and ground it firmly in ourselves is a key to the science of mind teaching. Healing is not a process, but a revelation. Healing is revealing. The definition of revealing is allowing a look at or an understanding of something hidden or inner or hidden. I'll combine that, you can just call it hinner, I guess. Revealing, allowing a look at or an understanding of something that's within us. When something's going wrong, when our body isn't functioning just the way we would like it to be, and we allow our senses to tell us what's going on, we probably feel anything but perfect, don't we? And the more we put our attention on the pain, the worse the pain gets. Or we start to come down with a cold, and if we say, oh, I'm coming down with a cold, it gets worse. Have you noticed that? If in those very moments when we start to feel the pain or we start to have the cold, if we would realize the truth of our perfection, we could turn it around in an instant. And the sooner we do this, and I invite you to practice with your colds if you ever get them. To practice turning them around immediately. Remember that there's divine perfection within you. Remember the truth of who you are. And I think our whole science of mind philosophy actually came from a moment such as this when Ernest Holmes was a teenager. It's not in any of his books, but it's in a lecture by William Hornaday that I have on tape, where he talked about how Ernest Holmes, when he was a teenager, came down with something. I don't think it was major. And he used these processes that we talk about in affirmations and prayer to heal himself instantly. And here's Ernest Holmes as a teenager saying, wow, I did it. We should be able to do this for everything all the time. And he set upon his whole life to discover how healing happens. We have great examples in Unity. Myrtle Fillmore was diagnosed with tuberculosis and suffered from it for many years until she came to work with Emma Curtis Hopkins and learned the affirmations of wholeness, that there are no inherited diseases and that the truth of every cell of her body was whole, perfect, and complete. And she healed herself of an incurable disease back in the 1800s. Charles Fillmore had one leg longer than the other because of some problem he had had as a child or a birth defect or something, and he healed himself of that by using the affirmations, by using the prayers, by using affirmative thinking and not looking at what was going on in his body to tell him what the truth was about it. So if those kinds of things can happen, what we're talking about is revealing something that is at the center. And anything that we can talk about that brings us to a place of understanding that perhaps it's our beliefs that are making us sick rather than anything else. There are these wonderful stories about people with multiple personalities. Sybil was the TV show, movie made years ago. And I think she had an allergy in one of her personalities, but did not have an allergy for that in another personality. And research in recent years has been done about that. Within a given individual, multiple disease states can exhibit themselves exclusively of each other, depending on the personality currently activated in the conscious mind. This is a person with multiple personality syndrome, or whatever you choose to call that. In this case, one personality expressed itself showing clinical symptoms of diabetes. In other words, when that person was in that personality, their pancreas was not creating insulin in their body. When they were not in that person and had to have insulin. When that person was not in that personality, that was not a problem, and their pancreas turned back on. And they did not need insulin injections. This same person in another personality had heart problems in one of their personalities, but did not have it in the personality that had the diabetes. And there was a personality within that individual that had neither diabetes or heart problems. Now, these are documented cases, and there are many of them. For us to get in tune with this, with our own lives, healing is revealing. As we reveal the truth of who we are, that there is a divine and perfect pattern at the center of our being, we turn on the ability to be whole, perfect, and complete. The revealing of the perfect person always heals. This is Ernest Holmes telling us that. So I invite you to be this person with the rays of sunshine shining out from you, or maybe the sun's behind you in this moment, and know that Spirit's always perfect, and to be perfect means being entirely without fault or defect, to be flawless, pure, and total, and for you to get that sense, and you can close your eyes if you choose. And instead of thinking about whatever problem you might want to heal yourself from, go all the way back and see yourself as God has made you. Everything works. There is this wholeness, this perfection at the spiritual level of who you are. And the only reason we express less than that is because we've blocked that perfection because of our beliefs. Science is showing this again and again and again in different ways. For us to really own this truth this morning, and for us to choose to allow the truth about ourselves to be revealed to us. Can you picture yourself exactly the way you would like it to be? While you sit in that chair right now, as you center yourself into this place of divine perfection, can you, and I invite you to know that you can, envision yourself exactly expressing that perfection, which is the truth about you. And know that you're setting the cause in motion for that to outpicture. This is the science of mind in action. We use our mind to change our belief system. Now, while your eyes are still closed, I invite you to know that this is not limited just to your physical body. This works with everything in your life. So if there's something that seems to be blocking prosperity or business or whatever it might be, that perfect job, let us know that because of who we are, because of that divine, perfect spiritual being that we also are in this moment attracting into our life that perfect career, those perfect customers. There's a new divine flow into our life regarding prosperity. Now, I invite you to open your eyes and be really clear on this, because what we're talking about is exactly what Jesus said. Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. And he healed those that came to him, didn't he? no matter what it was. And even in the areas of abundance. Remember the story of the fishermen that were not catching anything. And Jesus told them, and they'd been fishing all night. He said, put your nets out the other side of the boat. And their nets caught so much that it almost broke the net. And they had to call on help from others in other boats to bring in what it was that they were catching. Know that what we're talking about when we talk about healing is revealing. We're revealing the truth of prosperity. We're revealing the truth of love in our life. We're revealing the truth of wholeness in our bodies. Be perfect, therefore, as your Heavenly Father is perfect. And I invite you to put this in modern English. You are perfect as that perfect pattern within you is perfect. Healing's not creating a perfect idea or a perfect body. It's revealing an idea which is already perfect. And we have some wonderful examples about this. You know, sometimes we think, well, there's something missing. I haven't gotten this in my life because there's something missing in my life. And I invite us to use the caterpillar that becomes the chrysalis, that becomes the chrysalis ready to become the butterfly, that becomes the butterfly to be an example for us. You know, that butterfly doesn't look at all like the caterpillar, right? But the caterpillar eats and eats and eats and eats, and then it builds this chrysalis around itself. And while the butterfly is wanting to be created within the chrysalis, it can't go out to the store and get this part or that part to help make the butterfly. Everything that it needs to become the butterfly is contained within the chrysalis, isn't it? Everything is there, and at first it might be green because the caterpillar was green, but all of the information, all of the material, everything that's necessary for that beautiful butterfly to come forth into expression is hanging right there on the branch, in the chrysalis. And this is the truth about our lives as well. Everything that we desire in our lives, we have. We have all the ideas that we need. We have all the connections that we need. We have everything we need in order to bring ourselves to that butterfly consciousness. So I invite you to know that you're not lacking anything. You are enough exactly as you are. We just have to remember it and not forget it. To know that everything that we need will be supplied to us. Everything that the azaleas that are bursting forth in bloom right now, they need, they have. It may come in the form of rain and sunshine, but it's coming up through the roots of the plant, and the plant has all of the wisdom and information to make all those beautiful individual azalea blossoms on the bush, right? And for us to know that that's the truth about us as well. And for us to move into this place of allowing. You know, we talk a lot about the law of attraction, but later this month, our daily guides in the Science of Mind magazine, Joanne McFadden, who's written our daily guides, talks about how she's not so fond of the law of attraction anymore because that makes it sound like we've got to bring something in from outside of ourselves. And she's inviting us instead to talk about the law of allowing. And that goes right along with this idea that the chrysalis has everything within it to create the butterfly. You have everything you need to create the life of your dreams. We have everything that we need to create the world that works for everyone. We don't have to go to Mars to get anything to create the world that works for everything right here on Earth. We've got it right here. And we can simply be in this place of allowing. I invite you to be in that place right now. How does that feel? You know, you're just inviting it in. It wants to come to you. And we're just now in this place that we can allow whatever is our dream of our heart to come forth into our lives. And when occasions come along this week and next week and the week after that, say, I'm in this place of allowing the very highest and the best to come to me. Allowing is revealing, isn't it? And what are we revealing but our inherent divinity? That perfect pattern within us, that wonderful attractive nature that we have to draw to us everything that we possibly could want to make the life of our dreams happen. And so I invite you this week, and while the azaleas are still out, to see them as a personal gift into your life, reminding you that revealing is all that's necessary for your healing. And let's do our affirmation together, shall we? The Spirit within me is God. That Spirit is perfect. That Spirit is divine, whole, happy, complete. I let that divine within me restore me to perfect health, perfect happiness, and perfect harmony, and bring into my experience everything that is good, that is perfect, that is true, and so it is. So let's turn within, into that place of allowing, into that knowingness that we have everything that we need, and we're willing to reveal that to ourselves. We're willing to let go of anything that might block that certainty in our mind. When those doubts show up or fears come into our minds, if we don't see it happen instantly, we don't lose heart. The promise is there, and it is for us. The promise that revealing is healing, that revealing is blessing, that we are whole, perfect, and complete. The gifts of God are ours, and we're open to receive those gifts. I do give thanks that it's already done, and so it is.
Think about the generation. We want to make it a better place for our children and our children's children. Let them know it's a better world for them and that they can also make it a better place.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is so much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you'll feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place. For you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. If you want to know why, there is love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel fear or dread. We stop existing and start living.
Then it feels that always love's enough for us growing to make a better world, make a better world.
Heal the world, make it a better place. For you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me.
And the dream we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face. And the world we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep strangling this earth and crucify its soul? Though it's plain to see this world is heavenly, be God's glow.
We could fly so high, let our spirits never die. In my heart, I feel you are all my brothers. Create a world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. See the nations turn their swords into plowshares. We could really get there if you cared enough for the living.
make a little space, make a better place.
Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me.
Definitely.
There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. You and for me. You and for me. You and for me. You and for me.
Save the world we live in.
You and for me.
Save it for our children.
You and for me.
Heal the world we live
You
in.
and for me.
Save it for our
You
children.
and for me.
Heal the world we live
You
in.
and for me.
Save it for our
You
children.
and for me.
Heal the world we live
You
in.
and for me.
Save it for our children.
Thank you, joyful noise. It's time now to celebrate our abundance. And now you have that other option. You have that QR code in your bulletin. So if there's ever a time that you come and you think, oops, I forgot my checkbook, you can just use your QR code. It'll take you right to our PayPal page on our website. And you can, if you've got a PayPal account, that's a really easy thing to do. Or set one up, so it'll be easy for you in the future. But let's do our affirmation together, coming from that place of abundance in our heart. How good it is to know that I am the place where the abundance of the universe flows. And as the abundance flows through me, it is with a grateful heart that I give. I know that as I give, so much more is given back to me. Gratefully and joyfully, I give of my time, my talents, my gifts, and my heart. And so it is. And those of you with prayer requests, hold them up so that Shawana will find you with a prayer chest.
Me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me. comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly.
Let's turn within, shall we? Feeling ourselves in this flow of divine abundance. Feeling the abundance of the universe pouring itself upon us. And we're open to receive it. I give thanks especially this morning for our tithes and offerings, knowing that the center exists because of the divine idea that it is, and because of the divine givingness that flows through the hearts and love of those that are Oakbrookers today and have been in the past. I give thanks also for the understanding that we set the law of attraction in motion as we give. 10 times and more comes unto us because of our openness to be in that flow through our tithing. I give thanks also this morning for our prayer requests. I know without a doubt the answer to each and every request already exists in divine mind. That as we open ourselves to receive that which is pouring upon us, and our prayer ministry team does know that, our ministers and practitioners who will be praying about each of these requests this week in confidence, we know that that outcome is assured because of the giving nature of the infinite. I give thanks that all of this is so, and so it is. And now in preparation for Reverend Vicki giving us our spiritual mind treatment, our affirmative prayer this morning, let's remain seated and sing Healed, Whole, and Healthy.
I am healed, whole and healthy. I relax and visualize. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well, I am well. I am healed, whole and healthy. I relax and visualize. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well, I am well. I am healed, whole and healthy. I accept and I receive. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well, I am well, I am well. I am healed, whole and healthy. Angels are watching over me. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well, I am well, I am well. Healed, whole, healed, whole, healed, whole, well.
For we know that God is the love, the healing, the wholeness within us right now. We know that the perfect power of peace in our bodies and our finances and everything that may seem to be troubled isn't because of what we learned here. Learning that indeed we have everything that we need to be that beautiful butterfly. And so it is that we give great thanks that these teachings help us to know that as God is this attribute, so are we, for we are God in expression. And we speak a word for every person here that they know they are God in expression, that they know that they're already healed, that they know that they are already abundant, that they know the peace of God and harmony runs through their lives. And with this knowledge our hearts are filled with such thanksgiving. And so we release this situation, any situation that we might be having a time with, into the law, because the law is that chrysalis. The law is where everything is done. For indeed, as Torah says, if the end is secured, everything necessary will be there. And so with that in our hearts, we go back through this, we go ahead through this wonderful week, knowing that with great thanksgiving, all is good and all is God, and so it is.
Let's all stand and make a circle for the peace song, shall we? The kids are coming. The kids are coming. Yeah. So some of the kids are outdoors, I guess. Oh, here they come. Those at the tech table could join us too, if they're not busy.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my